Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I wrapped up the last collection review and tutorial for the season of spring this year. So I finally have my nail picks for you today, and I'm going to show you all the spring 2012 nail polishes that I did purchase, but I'm going to show you affordable alternatives and different kinds of colors that are still on trend this season but not necessarily part of any spring 2012 collection. I have a full color wheel done for you, and I did my best to choose the top 18 colors to fit on this one color wheel. I didn't want to split it up into two and confuse anybody. So let's start with the greens, since they tended to be the most popular this spring. The two that are part of spring 2012 collections are Dior's Water Lily and this one, which is a mini manicure duo. But these two are both very shimmery polishes, and a lot of you wanted to know how close these two were. They're not close at all. This one is more yellow based. This one is a true candy apple mint green, whereas this one is a warm mint. And I have this Nail Growth Miracle nail color by Sally Hansen here, and it's called Gentle Blossom. This is my holy grail drugstore nail polish. So I swatched the three of these together for you. So here's the Sally Hansen color, Dior Water Lily, and then finally the YSL shade. As you can see, the YSL is much darker and the Sally Hansen is much fainter. So they're not quite exactly the same, but if you want to go for that shimmery green trend, then any of these three colors will do. Now, I actually prefer to wear slightly darker colors during the spring. It's still a transition season for me, and in the winter I wear really dark polish. So I actually love this green here, which is Julep's Emily. It's a really deep forest green. And next to it I have Butter London. This one is called Knackered, and I showed all of the butter spring polishes in my favorites video for the month of January. So if you want to see swatches, you can go check out that video. I've only featured two of them today, and Knackered is one of them because I find it very unique. It has a slightly green tint, which is why I put it next to the green, but it also turns a little bit blue and a little bit purple. It seems to be more purple in this lighting, and that's why I put it next to the two top purples that I've been loving for spring. Here we have Rescue Beauty Lounge's Purple Haze, which I absolutely adore, and Julep's and Nail Polish, which is another great purple. And the reason why I included purple into this spring video is because even though I didn't purchase a spring 2012 purple nail polish, which would be Dior's. Dior launched Purple Mix, I think it is, with Dior Water Lily here. But I skipped it because I already have such great purple nail polishes, ones that I would rather show you instead of the Dior polish. So these are two great picks. They both apply really evenly. Rescue Beauty Lounge does charge for their shipping, and they do tend to be more expensive than Julep. But overall, depending on what kind of purple you like, either of these are great. Purple Haze is deeper, glossier, and then Anne over here is a brighter, cooler purple. Purple Haze tends to have a gray tinge in this kind of lighting, but Anne is very vibrant in any lighting, which I adore. You do have to use a top coat with this though, because it tends to be more of a semi-matte finish than a true glossy finish like Purple Haze. And now for my fuchsias. Here I have OPI's Extravagance. This is part of their DS collection, which is their super shimmery, really high quality polish. These do tend to be more expensive than standard OPI polishes, but I highly recommend them because they're very smooth. So I put this one here because I wanted you to see it next to Butter London's glitter polish, which kind of has a similar feel, and this one's Disco Biscuit. Again, these are shown in my January favorites video. And in the middle of the two, I put in Laura Mercier's Luscious, because I feel Luscious has a more similar base to the OPI shade, whereas Disco Biscuit is more of a true fuchsia. These tend to be more of an orchid color. But between the three, I think my favorite has to be Luscious because I don't have anything quite like it. The two glittery and shimmery shades are great though for parties. Now for the true pinks. Here I have a variety. This one is the lightest pink, of course. Then we have a medium pink and a slightly mid-tone bright pink. So this one here is Flamingo, part of Laura Mercier's Spring 2012, and it's actually a great color for the toes. But here I have in the middle is May, by Chanel, part of their Spring 2012 collection. And I really do love this color. I think it's a great neutral medium pink, and it's not too cool, not too warm, a great color to wear all year round for those of you who want to invest in a great Chanel nail polish that looks wonderful on any occasion. And then sometimes, because I do crave a lighter cotton candy pink, I have Julep's Carry. And this is actually the one that I'm wearing on my left hand. Yes, I realize I'm wearing two different colors at once. Carry is really, really easy to apply, and it's perfect in 2 coats, completely opaque. I only saw chipping on this finger because I got it caught in laundry, but otherwise I have really good luck with Julep polishes. None of them chip on me. And by the way, Laura Mercier's polishes are never permanent. For some reason, she pulled the line several years ago. I really loved her nail polish, but now they're always limited edition. So if you want them, I highly recommend you go pick them up at a counter, because especially this season, her nail polishes tend to have that really jelly-like finish for a cream, and I love that. I think it's a perfect spring, very translucent yet opaque look, so definitely check these out. Now for the oranges and corals. I have chosen 4 today, and actually let's start with the paler oranges. I love neons during the summer, but sometimes a neon isn't always the most appropriate during the spring, in my opinion. Of course, you can wear whatever nail color you want all year round, but if you want to stay on top of the trends, then usually neons don't really work for me anyway during the spring. But lighter, paler neons like this are actually hard to find, and this one is Julep's Hayden, and I think this is probably one of my favorite orange nail polishes of all time. It's a very pale peach neon, and I think it looks great on the toes. If you have a tan in the summer and you want to stay away from a traditional neon like OCC's Radiate, which is my favorite neon of all time for the summer, Julep's Hayden is actually a great choice. Now for the Chanel color May, which on the swatch tends to be bubbly. I think I touched it too much when I was applying them. I just applied these maybe like 10 minutes ago, so that's why they don't look so great, because I keep touching them. But June is actually a great nail polish, and while this one is very high maintenance, it requires 3 very patiently, evenly applied coats, and it's a great apricot color. It doesn't lean too orange, it doesn't lean too pale like Hayden over here, but I highly recommend it. It is limited edition, and it's one of those colors that if you pass up, you're going to regret. You look back on it and you think, darn, why didn't I get that? And now for the last orange, which is part of YSL's other mini duo. I wore the pink color in several of my videos, which is why it's not on here, but this is the orange that I didn't get to show you, and it has very tiny, tiny shimmers, but they're not noticeable unless you're out in full sun. It looks like this most of the time, and while I like it, it does run true to orange. I have a great YSL orange nail polish that's brighter, a little darker, from maybe last summer I think it was, and I think that's better by far. This one is more of a true pumpkin orange, and these I don't generally tend to reach for. So while this polish applies really well, for me it's not a hit, but if you like pink and orange, definitely check out this YSL duo. And now for the only true coral of the bunch, this is what is on my hands right now, or on my right hand anyway. This is Laura Mercier's Cabana. And this is my top pick from her Spring 2012 nails. I highly recommend this polish because it is the standout for me. I love this coral. It's hard to find one that's not too red, not too orange, and it's just the perfect balance of color, and it's very glossy. It's gorgeous. So here it is swatched. It looks more red on the swatch, but against skin, and especially in sunlight, it really brightens up. Now on this last nail swatch, I have 2 colors. I don't know if you can tell because they're both very dark. Yes, they are chocolate browns. They are not blacks. And the reason why I included these 2 is because this brown is the accompaniment to the mint green for the YSL duo. And YSL did release 2 of these duos. They're both part of the spring collection. But I felt it was necessary to talk about this nail polish because as much as I like this, I still prefer my Essie Little Brown Dress. And this is officially a permanent color. I think it was released sometime last year. But between the 2, this one looks nearly black. It has a slightly gray tone, even though this one does look more gray when I first apply it. I don't know why, but when it dries down to a true dark mink. And here's the proof. It looks more like a minky brown, and this one looks more like a grayish brown black. As you can see, the SC is noticeably reading more brown than is the YSL. So the YSL does dry a little darker than this, but overall, I think between the two, quality is about the same, so I would highly recommend the SC between the two. If you are looking for a darker nail polish for this spring, definitely check out Little Brown Dress. These would be my official top 5 picks for spring 2012. First, starting with Laura Mercier's Cabana, then Dior's Water Lily, then the YSL, Butter London's Knackered because it's so unique, and lastly Chanel June because I can never resist a Chanel nail polish. But if you're not the kind of person who cares about having a limited edition nail polish and you just want a nail polish that's appropriate for spring, something very easy to access, then I highly recommend that you try the Sally Hansen Gentle Blossom or the Julep Hayden. I think these are 2 very unique shades that you can get for a pretty affordable price and that they're definitely worth a try. And that's all for my spring 2012 nail polishes, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I'll post a list of all the nail polishes that I showed in this video on my blog, and I'll link that post in the description box, so just check that down below, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!